What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Season 2 of Center Court. I'm your host, Alex Meacham. We're very excited about our new format this season. The show breaks down into 4 quarters like a basketball game, plus a halftime show. First quarter, we will always have 2 segments. First segment is with Tim Gittens, aka Headache, the legendary and one street ball player. You know those videos you watch where the guys do all the fancy tricks? This episode, Headache talks about playing street ball in Harlem, New York when he was a kid and how he developed confidence. Keyword is confidence. Remember that word, kids. Each segment, we will cover a story from Headache's past, eventually leading up to his time on the And1 Street Ball Tour. In our second segment, each week, we will talk with Aaron Dorfman. Aaron is a certified dietitian. He has lots of great tips for our audience when it comes to nutrition. This episode, Aaron discusses the importance of water. That's right, folks, H2O. Athletes that compete at a high level need lots of water, and Aaron is going to explain why. And in our second quarter, we have our Off the Court segment. This episode, we venture into the world of CrossFit. Trainer and co-owner Nick Simpson of ESF CrossFit talks with us. He even takes me through a CrossFit workout, and I try to get big and buff to wear the tight t-shirts. Next, we have our halftime show. This portion of the show will be our roundtable discussion with our analysts, Drew Mays and Chuck Richardson. And they debate so many great topics. I can't even get into that. You just have to watch them debate. In the third quarter, this episode, I interviewed John McNally. John is the #1 16 and under tennis player in the country. Now, let me repeat that. John is the #1 16 and under tennis player in the country, and he lives in Cincinnati, Ohio. We talk about his life in tennis, and I try to return his 120-mile-an-hour serve. So I wear this special outfit when we play tennis. You gotta watch that piece as well. Finally, in our fourth quarter, we will have 2 segments. The first segment will feature Chuck Richardson and Matt Tomomichael in the Corporate Corner. They will discuss the world of fashion and sneakers. And I love sneakers and fashion is so big with athletics right now. Our last segment will feature the beautiful Jalen Johnson. She will cover what is trending on social media. All right, enough of me talking. Let's tip off the show. Everybody ready?
Tim Gittens, aka Headache. I think my first time really being allowed to play on the court, it was weird. It was like I was probably like 12 or 13, playing with my friends, standing out a little bit, always handling the ball, and one of the older guys got hurt from the court. It was always that that injury.
Right.
It was the last game of the night, so they had nobody to pick, and they wound up picking me. And they was like, but I got all the instructions of it. You give a guy who's a bum, like, hey, just play defense, don't shoot, and get the ball, give it to me. Like, right. I'm like, okay, whatever. But you want to be on the court, so you follow instructions, and it was like a weird fluke. I'm guarding a guy, always been a pretty good defender. Guy trying to make a strong. I'm the mismatch, so he's trying to go at me hard. He made a good move. I stole the ball.
So they're isolating you?
Yeah, isolating me right away. Like, see nowadays, you ain't supposed to do that. It's fully correct.
Right.
Back in the day, it was straight for blood.
Right.
You're the weakest link, we going right to him.
Yep.
Like, so they isolated me. He went one-on-one, tried to cross me over. I picked him. And when I got the ball, saw my way down the court, he went up behind me. And I'm, as a young kid, you ain't thinking pass. Like, I was like, man, I got the ball. I stole it. So it was my opportunity. Dude cut me off. I made a good move and crossed him. He fell down. I laid it in. Everybody went crazy for game. He got up and took a swing on me because of embarrassment. Like, just
really
took a swing on me. I grabbed my ball and they told the older guy, they got into it with him or whatever, and I ran up the hill. And it was hilarious. We all laughing. My boys just laughing at him. And it was like my first introduction. Like, the adrenaline was rushing because of fighting and all that stuff, but it was more like, yeah, I like that.
Let's recreate that.
Not one.
Not two.
And now you have the confidence.
Yeah, now it made me want to come back in the park. Like, yeah, he won. Let's get the next one. Let's get the next victim match.
How important? Tell them how important it is to stay hydrated.
You know, the ultimate go-to drink has got to be water. People with more lean body mass have more body water. So, you know, people want to gain muscle, gain strength. They go to protein all the time. It's really water.
Wait, no. Say that again. Say that again.
Well, water's making up about 75% of your muscle mass. And so, you know, surprisingly, there's not a lot of it that's protein per se, at least percentage-wise, but it's important that they're adequately hydrated. You know, and before and after, looking at, you know, before a game or even training, you know, leading up to that 4 to 6 ounces of water, you know, at least for every 10-15 minutes that you're doing something, and yeah, and then you make it up even after that. So
they say around 8 glasses or
8-ounce glasses, 64 ounces. Well, that's for your average sedentary person each and every day. You know, the Gatorades are fine. Most sports drinks, they tend to hover around 7 to 8% carbohydrate. That's fine. That's where you want to be. Yeah.
Drink your water.
Yes.
What's going on? We're here at ESF CrossFit getting ready to meet with Nick Simpson, co-owner and trainer. We're going to learn a little bit more about this world of CrossFit. What is CrossFit? I mean, people around the world are doing it. Spain, Germany, California, Cincinnati, Ohio. There are 20 plus gyms in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky that are dedicated purely to CrossFit. So what is CrossFit? We're going to learn a little bit more about that today, and I think I'm going to do a couple of the exercises and workouts and see what kind of shape I'm in. Stop. Nice. Cool. That's the rower. All right. So Nick, tell me, what is CrossFit?
CrossFit here at ESF is functional moving performed at a high intensity. And our goals here are to optimize athletic performance and help people prevent injuries or rehab them if they already got it.
So tell our audience here, if they don't know, Nick is a very, very good high school and college basketball player.
Yeah, I grew up in Fort Thomas in Northern Kentucky. I went to Highlands. I was a bluebird or a cake eater, as some people would know me. Played basketball 4 years, went to college, played at the Shining Star organization for 3 consecutive summers, and yeah, had a great experience doing it. Came on back after I graduated.
So let's say you get on an elevator. All right, you've got to go up, let's say 5 floors, and you have somebody that gets on there and they want to know about CrossFit. And you've got that limited time from floor 1 to floor 5. And you got to get off. You've got your elevator speech. What are you going to tell them about CrossFit?
CrossFit's going to help you with your life. It's going to directly impact your life because CrossFit is a bunch of things that you probably are good at and a bunch of things you're not good at. And no one wants to do things they're not good at. So when you get in the habit of coming to a CrossFit gym and you do things, you come in and you know you don't want to do what you see and you still do it, it transfers to life because in life there's a lot of things you don't want to do and you do them because you're in the habit of coming in, setting a new goal, accomplishing a goal, on to the next.
Gotcha. So let's go over a little bit of the history of CrossFit. And as I've learned, CrossFit started in 2000.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a little bit about who started it, where it started.
Okay, so Greg Glassman started CrossFit out in California in 2000. Small gym, they called it a box because it's literally a tiny boxed room. It can be an industrial type space, a commercial, or anything like that.
How big was the first gym?
It was less than 2,000 square feet, which is pretty small, which is actually how big our first gym was too. What Greg tried to do is he kind of saw that before CrossFit was started, people would be in a class, or they'd be in a gym working on their strength, and then on Tuesday and Thursday they'd get on a treadmill and work on their cardio, and then Wednesday, Friday they'd work on their legs or something like that. And so he tried to just get it a little bit more efficient, and he just kind of combined high intensity training also with the strength aspect, and he looked at the body as a machine.
Now, I've seen on ESPN CrossFit Games and people from around the world. I mean, it's really grown. It's become a worldwide phenomenon. And I believe there are 20 plus gyms in Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky area that do CrossFit. Why did it grow so? I mean, how did it just turn into this phenomenon?
I would say first is that it works. Physically it works, the science behind it works. 2 is the community. There's accountability. It's not just you looking in the mirror every single day, trying to will yourself into getting to the gym. It's you and your friends.
We all go through that.
You know the 15 people in the gym. It's if you play high school sports or any type of sports and been a part of a group, you kind of know the camaraderie that kind of comes with that.
Last question. What is the future of CrossFit, Nick Simpson?
It's gonna continue to grow for the next couple of years. I don't have a prediction.
Okay, fair enough.
A lot of growth still to happen.
Welcome to the halftime debate show here at Center Court. To my right, one of our guest panelists is Chuck Richardson. To my left, Drew Mays. Anything you guys want to say before we get going?
You better catch his fade.
All right, let's jump right on into it. Let's talk about these dunks we're seeing on Vine and Instagram. I mean, these kids, these high school kids, are taking off, jumping and getting hit, just, I mean, chest to the rim dunks. And I played with a guy, Melvin Levitt, who could just...
The helicopter.
He could jump out of the gym. And James White, Flight White, jumping from the free throw line, putting it between his legs. But some things we're seeing we've never seen before. I mean, what do you guys think of these dunks?
It's pretty crazy, man. It's pretty crazy, like, seeing that these kids have hops like this. I mean, it's impressive. It lets you know that they're kind of working hard at their craft as well. You know, they get some good time in the gym and just really working on their bodies and such. So I like it.
Yeah. What do you think, Drew? Because you got hops like that, right?
I think it's crazy. I mean, I just remember, well, I don't remember because I wasn't there, but people were amazed when Michael Jordan could dunk from the free throw line like nobody'd ever seen that before. And then there was that video of that Michael Porter Jr. did it in a game, and I've never seen anything like that before. So.
Yeah, well, Dr. J.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
Dr. J. Dr. J did it first. Dr. J did it first.
Michael took it to another level.
I'm a little younger than you guys.
He brought it back. Yeah.
I'm a little younger than you guys.
Speaking of jumping, I mean, some of these wide receivers in NFL,
crazy.
I mean, they're just the athleticism they're showing. Yeah. Let's talk about the highly debated catch or not catch, Dez Bryant. You're a Cowboys fan. What do you think about that?
I am.
First of all, talk about the jump. He jumped over that guy.
I think he's the best receiver in the league. I think especially, I thought that last year, but especially this year, I think he's taken that spot above Calvin.
Really?
Oh yeah, definitely, without a doubt. I thought it was a catch. Obviously, I'm biased, but even with the rule, you know, they've had the whole Calvin Johnson rule saying you have to go through the complete process of the catch. I thought he did that. So they used that rule as a reason for him saying it wasn't a catch, but I thought that what made him fumble the ball was his extension trying to get into the end zone, which is a football move. And by rule, a football move means the ground can't cause a fumble. So I thought either way, it should have been a catch, regardless of the rule.
So you thought it was a catch?
Heck yeah. I mean, because he made a football move. He went up, caught the ball, lunged forward, held the ball forward. That looks like 2 moves to me.
So why would they overturn it?
I don't know. I mean, by rule, I guess he didn't make the football move.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, did you see the Calvin play back in like 2010 against the Bears? It's called the Calvin Johnson rule because there was a play towards the end of the game, under a minute left. He caught the ball, got both feet down, fell to the ground, put the ball on the ground, and then stood up and went to go celebrate, and they called it no catch because they said he didn't complete the process all the way through. And there was a big uproar then, so I was surprised that rule still even existed, but I thought that Dez completed the process of the catch more than Calvin did even.
Yeah, I thought so too. He made a couple moves.
Yeah.
He extended
basically he got
full extension.
He got punished for trying to get into the end zone. Because if he would have just fallen down and didn't try to reach into the end zone, he would have kept control of the ball and it would have been a catch. So he got punished for trying to get a touchdown.
Are you a Cowboys fan?
I'm partial to the Cowboys.
Partial?
Yeah.
Okay. America's team? Isn't that what they were called at one point?
That's
They
what they're
still
still
are.
called.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, shoot, they're on every Sunday in the primetime 4 o'clock game, so I guess they are.
Yeah, sure are. Let's talk about college basketball. Let's jump right into that.
Okay.
Top 5 teams in the country right now, besides Kentucky, the top 5 teams I believe have all lost. And I think they lost to, some of them lost to unranked
Wisconsin
teams,
lost,
right?
Duke lost. Duke got beat by double digits by NC State the other day.
So let's talk a little bit about UK. I mean, Chuck, they've had some close calls.
Yeah, they have some close calls. They're going to have close calls. That's just basketball in general. It's a game of runs, and some nights you have it and some nights you don't. As much star power as they have, as, they can go 10 deep, whatever, you're going to get a team's best shot every night. You're UK,
Right.
so it's going to happen. You're not going to go undefeated, especially with John Calipari coach.
That's irrelevant. That's irrelevant to whether or not they're going to go undefeated, but I would have to agree. I think they're going to drop one eventually. I mean, as you've seen, they played Ole Miss and Texas A&M, 2 conference games, and those teams are unranked, but they've gone to overtime with both of them. Everybody's going to be coming for you. And you got to expect a slip up at some point. I mean, you can't expect it's tough for anybody, let alone a bunch of college kids. It's tough for anybody to keep that level of focus every single night, especially with all the attention on you. So
That's what I was gonna say. College kids, man. College kids are unpredictable. You're a college kid. You know, it's just unpredictable.
Yep.
Exactly.
So speaking of college kids and unpredictable, let's talk about the next stage from college. You get to the professional level, the NBA, the highest level you can possibly play. Let's talk a little bit about NBA's been great this season so far, I think.
so.
I think there's been a lot of different dynamics going on. Cleveland, Derrick Rose back to the Bulls, and you make that face. Let's talk about Cavs Bulls.
Well, I'm partial to the Cavs because of LeBron James. I think the teams that he's taken through the playoffs and through regular season, how many wins he got when he was in Cleveland the first time. I mean, his best player when they went to the finals in 2007 was Mo Williams, Boobie Gibson. Like he was playing with
Mo Williams didn't get there to like 2009, I think.
Was it? Okay, well, see, exactly. That's my point. Boobie Gibson, like, come on, man. He's playing. I know Kevin Love, Kyrie, they haven't been to the playoffs yet, but those guys are so much better than who he used to play with. And I think that at the end of the day, the NBA is a superstar league, and you've got to have a superstar. And so I'm still going to bet on LeBron when it comes playoff time.
Welcome to the third quarter of our show. Now this is going to be a really exciting piece because normally we're on a basketball center court, but today we're on tennis center court. I'm getting ready to interview John McNally. John is the #1 tennis player, 16 and under, in the state of Ohio, in the Midwest, and in the country. Now think about this. He's the #1 16 and under in the country. Now I'm super excited about this interview, so tune in. We're here with John McNally. We're going to talk a little bit about tennis. Currently, he's the #1 tennis player in the country for 16 and under, correct?
Yep, that's right.
So tell me a little bit about how long you've been playing tennis and what got you into tennis.
Well, I've been playing tennis ever since I can remember. I was walking, really. My mom got me into it when I was about 3. And I started with a balloon, and it's evolved to here. We just take a balloon, go to a couch, and I just whack the balloon over the couch. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. Now, do you feel like basketball and tennis, you think there are any similarities?
Oh, yeah. Part of the reason my mom had me play basketball is because of the footwork. I mean, footwork in basketball that's the most important thing in every sport.
I agree. Practiced a little bit with Roger Federer.
Yeah.
As you call him, Fed, right?
Yeah, Fed, baby. He's
That's
awesome.
cool when you can call him Fed, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that, how that happened.
Well, I just won the national hard courts in Kalamazoo, and I got my wild card in the Junior US Open for winning that. And I got a call from someone that played at Xavier Tennis. He's like, hey, Fed might need a warm-up partner tonight for his match against Murray. It was the quarterfinals of the Western Southern. I was like, oh, really? Like, for real? I was so nervous. I warmed up for like 2 hours that morning just to hit with him for 30 minutes.
What about the Nike sponsorship, how that came about?
Well, after I won that tournament in 2012, that big tournament where I beat Nike approached me and they said, hey, we saw a lot of talent in you. We'd like to sponsor you. It was a pretty cool email. I was like, welcome to the Nike family. It was pretty sick. And got my first package and it was unbelievable. And then the offers started coming when I started to win, like Adidas and Fila wanted me, Asics, and I love Nike. It's awesome.
Playing professionally with tennis, do you dream about that stuff at night?
I know it's cheesy and all, but I've had the dreams where I have myself winning Grand Slams and I wake up and I'm like, oh crap, man, that's not gonna happen. But like you said, the percentages are so very little, and the hole you're shooting in is really small to make it to the top. But I think, I have a good chance. There's about 20 kids, I think, out of kids that are playing tennis right now my age that have, or maybe less, like 10 kids that have a real shot of going pro and making money one day.
Well, you're obviously very confident in your tennis skills.
Yeah.
I played tennis a lot growing up. I don't play a lot now.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think I could return your serve. What do you think?
I don't know about that. When I'm throwing in 120 gas, I don't know. Serve back to the socks.
Oh yeah. Hey, born ready. Oh shoot. Getting better. Getting better. Here. Like a doll out here. All right.
I'll just get warmed up.
All right. See, I know why I can't hit them right now. I know what it is. I'll be right back.
So I'm outside of the club and he think I'm a pawn. So I go to my heavy Chevy and pop the trunk. I told him, I ain't never said.
Watch me return this serve.
You can hate me now, QB, but I won't stop now, cause I can't stop now.
Yep, all about the gear, baby. So one of the things that players at your level face are what we call haters these days, right?
Yeah, they're my motivators.
Haters, your motivators?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. So do you face that in school, on social media, because social media is so big right now?
Yeah, good point with school, I forgot about that, but I play tennis, and I know, it's not the most manliest sport, and when you think of America, you think of three sports, football, baseball, basketball.
Right.
And I get crap because I get the privileges to leave school early, and I get to travel the United States and travel the world to play tennis.
So you mentioned your mom and dad on the road with you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your mom and dad. How influential they've been. Your mom obviously played at Northwestern.
Yeah.
She was on the pro tour as well. Your dad played a little basketball at Moeller High School. But how have they influenced you, and what type of backing have they had with you thus far?
They're just very, very supportive in everything they do. They're not there's a lot of tennis parents that are psycho, it's nuts, and they'll push their kids to the limit and make their kids do what they don't want to do, and that's the kids that get burnt out. I know they want me to play tennis. They don't say it, but I know, in their mind, they know that it's what I meant to do, to play tennis.
Going in my magic bag here. So I've got a book for you.
Oh, sick.
You know who that is? On the cover?
Is that Kenyon Martin? I don't know who that is.
Is that Kenyon Martin? Kenyon, if you're watching out there, is this you here? Nope. Try again. Who do you think that is?
Alex Meacham.
That is Alex Meacham right there.
That was sweet.
That was me in my first year out of college.
No way, that's you.
That is me.
Where's the hair?
Yeah, that was me back in the good old days. And actually, I wrote a book about my experience not only playing basketball at the University of Cincinnati, but also what it took to get there, and all the experiences that I had.
Wow.
And
well, thanks. I'll read that.
I want to thank John for being on the show today. You're a good sport.
Thanks.
I'm thinking this will be your outfit when you go pro.
Oh, for sure.
But you still wanna hate? Be my guest. I suggest. Money is power. I got millions of dollars on salary. Do it now. You can hate me now.
What's up, everyone? This is Jalen Johnson here with your social media segment for Center Court. And as I'm scrolling through, I'm on Instagram. A lot of you may have seen the passing of Stuart Scott and all his pictures on Instagram. It's all over the place. He lost his battle to cancer at the age of 49. he had this huge impact on sports broadcasting. You know, he presented this different kind of style and flair that not a lot of people were used to. And there's this picture on Instagram, there's a quote underneath that picture that says, "You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and in the manner in which you live." And that's a quote that we love here at Center Court. And rest in peace, Stuart Scott. You may have heard about the recent news of head coach at the University of Cincinnati, Mick Cronin. He was recently diagnosed with arterial dissection, which caused him to step down from his head coach role at UC. He's in a more advisory role. He's doing a lot more scouting for the team, a lot more recruiting for the team. And he tweeted, "Thank you to Mike Bone, President Ono, and all of UC for their support through my health issue. We are a team at UC, and our basketball team will respond because of our togetherness. We wish luck to the Bearcats and a safe and speedy recovery to Coach Cronin." Moving on to Facebook, I was scrolling through and I saw that Adolphus Washington and Dwayne Stanford, two Cincinnati natives, were tagged in this photo when they graduated from Taft High School from Dwayne's mother. And it's funny because these two, like I said, they're Cincinnati natives. They've known each other basically since the 4th grade. They played on the same AAU basketball team. They both played basketball and football at Taft High School together. And they consider themselves brothers, like they're best friends. And there was even one point where they both considered going to Ohio State together to play football. But then Dwayne took his visit out to Oregon and he was like, he feels more comfortable here. So he decided to go to Oregon. And these two are facing each other on the national championship football game. And I know they're both going to take care of business on that field. So that's it for our social media.
Chuck Richardson back here with our good buddy Matt Tom Michael down in corporate. Glad to be here, man. I'm here often though.
Yeah.
I'm
pretty
here
much
often.
weekly.
Yeah. I try to get down here when I can, but something that's a hot topic out right now, man. We see it all the time. What do you think about athletes and fashion? It seems like everything's going full circle now. You got a lot of guys that come down here, get fresh from the Bengals, the Reds, or sorts. You see players come down to holler at you. So, what do you think how sports and fashion intertwine with each other?
I think everybody's trying to make their path, you know,
right.
Not only on their respective field or court, but really just in life, you know. A lot of people are going after endorsement deals and branding and such. I think it's just a one way for the athlete themselves to step out and be, you know, even in a team sport, their own person. You got a lot of guys really paying attention to what's coming out, what's really in style, or you know, trying to go all the way left with different things.
Yeah,
so
speaking
that's
of
pretty cool.
All the way left, I mean, like a guy like a Russell Westbrook or like a D Wade or something like that. Are they going too left, you think?
I mean, at the end of the day, men have to be men, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just my thing about it,
right.
You know. Wearing all the tights and things, that's gym. You know, that's for in the gym. You know, I'm not gonna walk down the street wearing leggings.
Right.
I'm just not.
But something, I'm sorry to cut you off. Something I have noticed, and I think a guy who comes here all the time, he's been here more than me, AJ Green. And I noticed you do this too. Like the joggers are really in.
Yep.
Like the slim joggers, I think those are pretty dope. I need to get some myself. So what do you think about that and how that's progressing within fashion?
Nah, I'm a fan of it.
Right.
I think a lot of those guys that are, you know, taller and slim, it just it gives them that look that they want. AJ is definitely one of those guys.
Right.
You know, he loves tailored fits now. You know, when we first got him, he was really, I don't care. But
right.
now he's like really starting to be specific with the things that he wants.
All right, appreciate you getting me together, man.
Always, man.
All right, man. Chuck Richardson in the corporate corner.